Have you ever heard a story so chilling it makes you question what happens after we die? Well, settle in for this one. It all began with the lavish funeral of a notoriously wealthy man, a man known for his riches and a certain coldness in life. He was buried with his most prized possessions, a detail that didn't go unnoticed. That night, under a sliver of a moon, a group of reckless young men, driven by greed, snuck into the cemetery. Shovels in hand, they started digging. The heavy thud of their tools hitting the coffin echoed in the silent graveyard. With strained grunts, they pried open the lid, their eyes gleaming at the sight of the jewels inside. But as one of them reached in to grab a gold ring from the deceased's finger, the unthinkable happened. The rich man's eyes snapped open, a lifeless yet terrifying gaze locking onto the thief. A cold, surprisingly strong hand shot out and clamped around the young man's wrist. A blood-curdling scream pierced the night air as the group scrambled away in sheer terror, leaving their friend behind. He eventually broke free, but he was a changed man, haunted by what he saw. The others weren't spared either. From that night on, a vengeful spirit seemed to follow them. Whispers would echo in empty rooms, objects would move on their own, and the chilling image of those open eyes would flash in their minds when they least expected it. They were consumed by a paranoia that gnawed at their sanity. The constant fear took its toll. One night, the young man who had been grabbed awoke to the spectral figure of the rich man standing at the foot of his bed. His heart, already weakened by weeks of terror, simply gave out. He died of a heart attack, his face frozen in a mask of pure fright. Here's where the story takes its most sinister turn. Days later, at that young man's own funeral, as his body was being lowered into the ground, a faint, chilling laughter was heard by some mourners, seeming to come from the nearby grave of the rich man. They say if you could see into the spirit world at that moment, you would have seen the ghost of the rich man, a cruel smirk on his face welcoming the terrified spirit of the young man who had dared to disturb his eternal rest.